I have spent many years of my life working under the understanding that I'm the oldest, so I should know better. And there are times when I don't care about that. Because when you are the oldest of your siblings, more is expected out of you. But the more that is expected out of you is the more that you've been taught. It means that you have been taught how the family finds it acceptable for you to act for longer than anyone else. So you're basically held to the practices of your bloodline more deeply because you've been around longer. And it's a hierarchical system where those that have been in the bloodline longer are expected to know better. And with that, it may require you to hold some self sacrificing energy where you will choose what has always been done versus choosing what it is that you feel that you need to do in the moment. So, in a moment of any strong emotion, you may choose what you've been conditioned to do versus what it is that you feel like you want to do in that moment. And the issue with that is it teaches you not to be yourself, not to fully be yourself, unless it's accepted by those that have come before you. And you can be labeled, you can be ostracized at times. But the labeling can be so harsh at times that it can make you feel as though your emotions are not important, and that if you don't do what it is that you've been taught, told, or the example that has been yielded before you, that you are not an acceptable person. And that is not true. The more authentic that you are in your expression, it's not about what you say, it's about how you say it. If you don't have anything better to say, don't say nothing at all. Those are conditioned type phrases to keep you in alignment. But if you are coming from a place where you're saying exactly what you mean, and it's specific to how you feel, and you're able to articulate that in a way that doesn't have to be acceptable, but the issue becomes when you lash out at someone else. So here's the difference. If somebody says something to me that I feel is rude, I will say, to me, that feels rude. And here's why. And if they continue on, that means they're making a choice that even though they know that it feels rude to me, they don't care how it makes me feel as long as it's being expressed. I now understand that about them. So I'm not going to look for respect concerning them. But I'm probably also not going to deal with that person because I understand that we do not have a mutual respect, but also that respect does not reside with them for me. Maybe not concerning a situation, or maybe not at all. Okay? But if the person understands and their actions support the conversation that we've had, understanding that they want me to know that I'm being respected. We can agree to disagree. We don't have to agree with everything. But you can be accepted for who you are, and you can also be supported. I have had friends that would try to make me feel bad for how I handled a situation. But I have had other friends who said, you know, that's who she is, and you knew when you said that how she was going to react. they would back me up to remind people of where it is that they may have crossed the line, or how they could have handled it differently if they wanted a different response. There is a level of maturity that you want to exercise in the people that are around you. Everybody's not going to be mature about a situation, even those who came before you in your bloodline. There's some conversations you won't be able to have, and you'll know that ahead of time. So don't have the conversation with them, because you already know that that conversation isn't going to go where it needs to go. And there are people who say, well, you should give it a chance. Giving it a chance means that you allow them to come to you, and that y'all pace yourself through the conversation, understanding that from the beginning that y'all may not agree with everything, but that there's a level of respect that is going to reside in this conversation. That's it. And age has nothing to do with respect. Even children deserve respect. Just because they've been here for a short amount of time does not mean that you don't respect their thoughts, feelings, emotions, because they learn to be respectful by being respected. So, I have no idea who this is for, but I was told to make the video. I was told to hit the play button and start recording. So here we go. Remember, you get in what you put out. If you want respect, if you want your children to hold respectful conversations with you, then you respect them as well. And respect is not based on age at all. So, there you go.